Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, These things saith he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks, I know thy works, and thy labor, and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles, and are not, and hast found them liars. And hast borne, and hast patience, and for my name's sake hast labored, and hast not fainted. Nevertheless I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. But this thou hast, that thou hatest the deeds of the Nicolaitanes, which I also hate. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. Angel of Ephesus. Mind seller intelligence governing gonads. He with 7 stars. Overself or superconscious. First love. Spiritual ideal. Purpose. Nicolaitans. Cells in the center, in this case, the gonads, that have degenerated through misuse and lascivious practices. Tree of life. The function of supply, healing and growth, the power of regeneration is manifested through the endocrine system perfectly synchronized. Paradise of God. The original consciousness of man, before he came into matter, and to which he will return. The Overself is speaking, pointing out to John the need for a cleansing and purifying of the forces of the gonads. The Overself is aware of the efforts of the intelligence found here to regulate and guard itself against destructive activities and pursuits, but says that the original purpose of this center has been lost. The mind cell is urged to bring about a return to the original purpose quickly, or lose its intelligence entirely. This would mean degeneration to the point of animalistic function of the center, instinctual but without intelligence. In this verse the Overself gives a clue to the great riddle of the tree of life, referred to in the book of Genesis, a riddle of the ages in the Western world. John is told that anyone who can regain control of the center could bring about within his body and mind, as well as in his worldly circumstances, complete restoration of the law of healing and supply. And unto the angel of the church in Smyrna write, These things saith the first and the last, which was dead, and is alive, I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. Angel of Smyrna. Mind seller intelligence governing cells of Leydig or Leyden gland. First and last. Overself, or superconscious. Jews. Cells chosen for special development. Synagogue of Satan. Unregenerate cells. Tribulation 10 days. Period of purification. Crown of life. Symbol of state of perfect control. Second death. Regression from partial regeneration, broadly, a relapse. Spirit. Overself is speaking here. The Overself instructs John to see that the intelligence in charge of the cells of Leydig or Leyden gland is reassured, so to speak, for the sense of inadequate creativity in their function, that their possibilities are infinite once the unregenerate cells which thwart and limit the activity of this center are eliminated through a period of purification. If the forces of this center will be faithful to the discipline imposed upon it, complete control will be restored to the intelligence in charge. The cells of Leydig seem to be the center of what, on the mental level, is called imagination. That is to say, the forces moving up from the gonads as pure energy take form at this point. In a mental sense again, purpose or ideals would be generated here in conjunction with the pituitary. The cryptogram here seems to say that the individual who gains control of the center will not be liable to regression from partial regeneration. And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, these things saith he which hath the sharp sword with two edges, I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is. And thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. So hast thou also them that hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitanes, which thing I hate. Repent, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches, to him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth saving he that receiveth it. Angel of Pergamos. Mind seller intelligence governing adrenals. He with sharp sword. Over self, superconscious. Antipas. Martyred bishop. State of loss of control of adrenal functions. Doctrine of Balaam. Corruption of cells, chosen for special development through misuse and lascivious impulses. Hidden manna. The impact of the spirit upon the endocrine system which releases its secretions into the bloodstream, creating energy. White stone. A point of higher development, a new stage of consciousness. A new name written. A new sense of identification in the part for its relationship to the whole responsibility. New name is also the means by which the spiritual impact can be repeated at will. The overself now addresses himself to the mind cell, or intelligence of the adrenal center, through John. This center is commended for its adherence to its basic purposes, even during periods when control of adrenal functions has sometimes been lost. The adrenal intelligence is warned, however, against the misuse of its energies, owing to the presence of unregenerate cells here, implying the need for purification on this level also. The two-edged sword symbolizes the power rising from the centers, which either blesses or curses, according to the will. Thus, the overself promises prompt surgery for the cells which resist discipline on this level. Now the overself states that as a result of perfect restoration of self-control of the seven centers, the individual can renew and regenerate himself at will as the master did, by apparently releasing hormones from the adrenal into the bloodstream directly, as a result of the impact of the spirit upon the endocrine system. Moreover, in the resulting higher state of consciousness, the individual in knowledge of his relationship with the higher forces can effect contact with them at any time. And unto the angel of the church in Thyatira write, these things saith the Son of God, who hath his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. I know thy works, and charity, and service, and faith, and thy patience, and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. Notwithstanding I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. And I gave her space to repent of her fornication, and she repented not. Behold, I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. And I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts. And I will give unto every one of you according to your works. But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers. Even as I received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Angel of Thyatira. Mind seller intelligence governing thymus. Son of God. Over self, superconscious mind. Jezebel. Symbol of misdirection of creative forces. Reins. Controls. Heart. Motivations. Satan. Unregenerate mind. Power over the nations. Control of all bodily parts and functions. Morning star. Original state of illumination or intelligence. The overself is speaking to the intelligence or mind cell of the thymus center. He commends its functions to date, even though it is under a condition of limitation, and promises that fulfillment will ultimately come about in abundance. Now he urges purification against the persistence of this center to misuse the divine forces for personal satisfaction. Time has been given in which to bring this about. However, if the faults are persisted in, only disintegration and decay can result. This, in turn, would automatically bring unbalance to the other centers. The overself, being in charge, is examining constantly the controls and the motivations of each center. The mind cell and those cells still free from misuse, however, will not be called on for any additional duties. These are admonished to retain the ideals of their perfect pattern. To the man who remains true to the perfect pattern which is within each one of us, absolute control will be given him over all parts and all functions of the body. Such a man would return to his first condition in consciousness, complete master of his environment. Meditate on these things.